NERDSoul.
Woo, late ill kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, breathing StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh, yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of BlackTogether. I said a BlackTogether. Alright, guys. Bel-Air, episode 9. Can't knock the hustle. Let's do this. Alright, straight up. First, matter of fact, Lisa said, hey, I'm sorry.
Oh, hey.
Alright, let me tell you how official G is. Even after how Uncle Phil treated him in the last episode, he comes to Will, helps him with his tie, and Will never had a fatherly moment with a tie. But he comes to Will and he says, look, we'll get to the thing with Lou, but right now, today is about your father. You know what I'm saying?
No, your uncle.
Your uncle. Today is about your uncle. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, yo, that's dope. Because just being his employee, he didn't have to do that. He could have just been like, all right, well, see you downstairs or something like that. He had to say today is about your uncle. It's for your uncle and everything. Like, you can tell he actually. It's a shame that Uncle Phil had to do him like that. Mm-hmm. Cold shame. By the way, yes, we saw him pose in that doo-doo brown suit.
That's a horrible suit.
That suit is doo-doo brown as it comes. Why he look like a young man?
It doesn't compliment him at all.
He's a young man with an old deacon suit on. Like, y'all know that deacon that still be wearing brown suits?
Deacons like that.
Deacons be having brown suits. They be pressed too, but I mean, they be doo-doo brown. Hold up.
Carlton is going to sing?
Hold up. Did they just say a solo? Because I'm pretty sure Uncle Phil said, I'm coming on right after your solo. And then right on the screen it says, wait, solo, as in Carlton singing. Yo, if Carlton come out here and be like, shoo-bop, swing low. Nah, he'll be like, silver and gold.
No, he won't.
Silver and gold.
So win the Saints.
So when the Saints shoot women about, I go marching in.
Go marching in. Not out but in. What was that I would say? Go marching in. Not out but in.
And then he gonna snap when they be like, when the Saints go marching in. Ooh, poor Carlton, man. It'd be a trip.
He might get up there and blow our mind.
Yeah, what if he go up there and hit you with like some Luther styles or something? You'd be like, oh.
It's church. He should not be hitting up some Luther at church.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying the talent of Luther.
Some Dietrich Haddon up in here. Ty Tribbett. He might get up there and do Ty Tribbett.
We don't need no Dietrich Haddon. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no babies on the way.
I'm talking about singing, music-wise, okay. Sir.
I love you like I do. I said I love him like I do. That's how it's gonna be. And then you're gonna have Ruben studded in the video. And I'm sorry for 2004. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Go on and say that.
Okay, so they're going to what I'm assuming is a traditionally black church.
Because they said the first black church in Los Angeles.
Yeah, shouldn't Aunt Vivian have on more clothing for such?
Because that chest is just free now.
I mean, your shoulders and your chest is out. I don't know what black church you go to where they allow shoulders and chests.
Yeah, because the mother's going to put a lap skirt on your chest.
They will.
They'll put a shawl over your shoulders.
The hat is lovely, ma'am, but
you're going to need something over your chest.
I mean, now, Lord, what is Hillary going to be wearing?
Oh, Lord, we'll see. The second you said Hillary, I was like, you got a good point. What's she going to come in here looking like? We're supposed to look.
Oh, hold on. We paused.
We paused on Carlton and Will's faces. Carlton and Will are like, oh, so that's what you're wearing. We supposed to be a unit. We ain't supposed to be Hillary and the Bells. You know what I'm saying? We like
now, from like the jacket is great. The suit that she has on is great. It just needs more skirt to the skirt.
Well, even if she wasn't going to add more skirt to the skirt, It says, these are my background dancers, and I'm the lead. Uncle Phil is supposed to be the leader of what are you doing? She came out with the bright red with the gold bedazzlements. And yo, that look that Will and Carlton got right now is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, now, since I grew up in the church, I feel we both grew up in the church, and everybody who might be listening to this that might grow up in the church, y'all, we feel a responsibility to say. He talking about, look, I like to thank God and for the blessing of my family, blah blah blah. I'm like, when the last time you been to church? When the last time you done darkened the doorstep of this here church? It has been a while since we've been in church. I know, but I'm also not up in here trying to curry the favor of some voters. Like, I'll be up in church all the time. That's true too. Wearing my peanut hat.
What's your peanut hat?
Look, bruh.
Side note. This is a side note. This is one thing I did not like about the Cosby Show is in the whole running of the Cosby Show, they went to church twice. They mentioned going to church a third time, but they had episodes where they were in church, I believe, twice.
I mean, maybe they didn't go to church a lot. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, maybe like I'm doing doctor stuff, and she like I'm doing lawyer stuff. Or was she a lawyer? No, she was a professor.
Doctors don't doctor and lawyers don't lawyer on Sundays.
There was prepping for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, for most, I dare say, a great majority of black families, they go to church.
True that. I guess.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, true that.
It's just something that always just, they didn't say blessing. They didn't.
Yeah, they ain't bless the food.
They didn't. They didn't
hit you with that.
They didn't refer to God.
They didn't hit you with that, dear Lord.
Nope. They didn't.
Bow your head.
They didn't talk about God, blessings, nothing. So, I don't know.
They didn't?
No.
And even Granddad didn't give you that long prayer that you like, Dad.
Neither of the grandmas.
Granddad, I'm hungry.
Neither of the granddads.
Granddad, I've been waiting all day to eat this food, and your prayer is going into minute 15, and I just want to eat. I just want to eat.
I remember one of my uncles, after my grandma said long prayer, he said, well, let me go warm up my food.
Oh, man. So this church, I'm excited. I want to see, because I saw Aunt Viv trip.
If they don't let Carlton sing, I'm going to be so disappointed.
If Carlton don't sing, I'm going to be hurt.
I don't want to come back to the house like, Carlton, you did a great job. Because they'll do that.
They'll be like, Carlton, that was so awesome. They'll be like, whoa.
If we put no church set on here.
Yeah. All right, so they're at the steps of the church. Will, Carlton come in. They like, yo, how you sing? And then, what is it? Aunt Viv and Ashley are the next people to speak to the Reverend, and she was like, I just think y'all need people that are LGBT and or LGBTQIA plus in higher positions of the church. You know what I'm saying?
Besides choir director. That's what she said.
She said besides choir director, and my thing is like,
first of all, good morning. First of all, good morning, Reverend. How are you today? Can we start there?
Yeah, you coming in here making demands. I don't remember last time I saw you up in here.
Well, I mean, she don't bring herself, but
ho. She ain't have a problem bringing herself to meet her friends, huh? Playing video games. She brought her
random children don't just go to church on their own while their parents are home.
But all I'm saying is, you want to make demands on something you don't even participate in.
Well, we don't know.
Well, okay,
we don't know.
We at episode 9, and we the first time hearing about church. All right.
My problem is because they always want us to assume that's what they do. Maybe I don't know. My problem is you need to address someone. Good morning.
Thank you. He is your elder. How about good morning? How you doing?
Right.
And then also, you don't bombard me out here at the beginning of church. How about this? How about you set up a meeting? We have a real conversation. But you out here like you some kind of protest or something. Boy, you better get out my face,
girl.
I'm sorry, girl. You better get out my face.
It seemed a little much.
Because I don't have a problem with her request. My problem is how you did it.
And Aunt Viv didn't even say good morning. Like, what's going on with y'all?
And then none of y'all said. She was like, "Here's your chance, Ashley." Like, what?
To say good morning?
To say good morning? To respect your elders? To respect the pastor, reverend, and the shepherd of this house?
We are clearly from the South, y'all, in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, we're clearly from...
There's a protocol.
There's a protocol that you don't just run up on the reverend and be like, I want this.
You can't even run up in your grandma's house when you get there and be like, can I have a biscuit? Did you say hello?
Did you say hello?
Did you give your grandma a hug?
Yeah. Look, I know you guys want to, use her to be like the voice or the representation. The next
generation.
The representation of LGBTQIA plus, and that's cool. But that doesn't mean that you have to disrespect your elders to do that.
It is LA.
Yeah, it is LA. Kids in LA.
And I don't want to hear nothing from y'all.
Yeah, kids in LA, because we've seen kids in LA. Y'all be wanting to call your parents their first name. Like, I don't know what that is. There's some crazy stuff. Yeah. Look, my kid ain't calling me by no first name.
I mean, these kids automatically be calling adults. They just met by their first name. You can introduce yourself as Ms. or Mr. So-and-so. They look at you like, but what's your name? My name is Mr. I don't know, Johnson or Anderson or, Jackson or Taylor or something. I don't know. But that's what my name is. It's like, what's your name? My name is Mom. That's what my name is. Don't ask me nothing. So, anyway, back to this. I don't have a problem with the request, but this is also something that doesn't just happen. You just think I'm just find people and just put them up there? No. First, I have to find people. Second, they have to actually fit with the church, and also they have to be good at what they're doing, and also they have to want to be here. This man stuff. She said, "I want people in like I can just be like I can go to Target and pick up some gay." Nah, don't do that. Don't do that because somebody will try to set that up where you can go buy LGBTQ people or something. What are you talking about?
I said you have to do all of these things to find these people. She acts like you can just run to Target and pick up a gay person and put them in church. You can't do that.
I mean, I guess you could. It's just like
when I got when I got like 30 or so. Like my mom was like, "Have you found someone nice?" I'm like, "Yo, no, I haven't. I can't just when your mom is ready to be a grandma, she acts like you can just go pick up a good woman at JCPenney's or Macy's.
You can.
No,
sure
you
can't. Did you try the lady at the counter?
No. Like, hello, you look like a nice woman. Would you like to? Would you like to date in?
Well, baby, I don't get off till 5.
I don't get off till 5. So yeah, Ashley's way too young to approach the Reverend like this. Also, it's been a while since we done seen y'all. All right, Bankses. For y'all to be asking for anything about this church.
You know what? We know it's been a while because she just had to tell Ashley that's where she was baptized. Where if she had been going to this church, she would have known that. Thank
you. So back to my previous statement. Back to my previous statement about them not being at church. When you have to refresh
your teenage daughter.
Your teenage Ashley's 13, 14, something like that. 13 or so, like that means y'all ain't been to church for real probably in at least 10 years,
and that's fine until you want to come back and use the church for your platform.
And this is why, once again, I've said this, I think I've said this on another stream, but not in Bel-Air. This is why I am against using the church as a political platform for these people that run. Now, I know what people are going to say. Back in the day, this is the only place that we had. The church is the only place that we had, and that's great because back then you're right, but now the church is being used as a prop, just like Hillary Clinton coming into church talking about something. I'm no ways tired. If you don't get
no ways tired, you sound some ways tired.
If you don't get your leeching demonic buttocks
and they stood up and clapped for her. Threw up.
Now I will say one thing: they did learn when Mike Bloomberg tried to come to church. Those people stood up and turned their back. So at least that. Now the only thing is, I think the next week that church should have been empty. But that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other issue I got because coming up in the church, I got my issues with what reverends do and don't allow in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it. I don't like it. God is not to be played with, and y'all playing up in here. But back to Ashley and the Bankses. You know who gets to ask for things? People that show up and commit. I haven't seen you in the youth organization.
Well,
I haven't seen you in youth group.
In all fairness, I mean, that doesn't apply because he's clearly letting her dad come there and speak and all whatever else.
Which he shouldn't.
But he is. So, from her point of view, I can say what I want to say.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess I'll give you that. Anyway, let's roll. All right, so you know Hillary, everybody had to have their interest, right? So, when Hillary come in, when someone has to be like, oh my God, is that you? You know they ain't been here in a long time. Also, the fake air kisses, oh God. But they had to give that from the whole Hillary. They had to give you some of that call back to the old Hillary.
Also, is this Easter Sunday?
I'm assuming it's got to be Easter Sunday.
Because I know black folks like to dress going to church, but women ain't pulling out these hats every Sunday.
Homegirl got the pink veil. She got the Easter veil.
They not playing up in here. I don't understand what's up with the velvet jacket.
She got the Easter veil with like a peak of cleavage. Like, because you know, with them things, you're supposed to be wearing a shirt that you don't be seeing no line. I've seen them things.
No, she has it attached at the bottom, so it's not.
Yeah, but I shouldn't be able to see no line. I can see the line between them breasts.
I mean, you're kind of focusing.
What I'm saying is I'm not the only one. Let me tell you, my mama and Reverend would not let her wear that to church. I'm just letting you know, off top.
What you mean wouldn't let?
You know those little blouses or whatever you're supposed to wear that cover? She would have made her wear, shell, whatever it is. She would have been shelled up like Ninja Turtles. I'll tell you that, because she wouldn't be wearing this up at church. I'm telling you, I know what I know. That would not be acceptable.
She had like a sea urchin on her head or something. I don't know what that is.
This is a whole bunch of feather fluff. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing. Don't mess up that feather fluff. Put that hat right back in the box. And put that box right back up in the closet. But yeah, nah, my mom wouldn't have let that go down. You can forget that. You can let that go. Because, talking about something. I ain't seen you in forever. Hillary, the way that girl looked at Hillary, she was like, we should definitely collab if you're open to that. She was like, girl, please. She was like, girl, I've been doing eyeliner in a church bathroom for years. And one thing you ain't going to be doing is doing eyeliner on my videos. I got 10.2 and you got 0.2.
And can I just say, no grown woman should have a purse that tiny.
Oh yeah, that purse is tiny.
That looks ridiculous.
That is a baby purse.
It is.
Maybe it's just like for a wallet. Like it's just like
I don't know.
But then if it's just a wallet, why you gotta carry it?
Look, I just don't like the whole tiny purse thing.
Write down below if you got small purses and why you have them.
I mean, I understand small purses at a club, but this is
y'all at church.
At church, you need some lotion, you need your chapstick, you need your hand sanitizer, you need tissues.
Well, if you got the travel versions, they all fit in that thing. The little travel,
they don't.
Like maybe if you like stole it from a hotel or something.
No, they don't. They do not all fit in there.
I mean, that's big enough for like hand sanitizer.
No, you need your tissues, so you need the little small pack of tissues.
Oh, that grandma pack of tissues.
That alone, the little thing of hand sanitizer, the little thing of lotion. You need some chapstick or lip gloss or whatever. You always need some safety pins in case just you need safety pins. Just telling you.
Well, if
you need mints.
Well, if you were dressed properly, like my mama would have did, you wouldn't need no safety pins.
No, that's not true because stuff happens. Buttons pop off or whatever. You have safety pins. And you need mints.
Buy clothes your size and you won't need no safety pins.
No, a woman always has safety pins because buttons pop off, all kinds of things happen. Your bra strap ain't, whatever. All of that ain't gonna fit in that little purse. And your cell phone.
Yeah,
and your wallet.
Shoot, especially if Samsung makes the cell phone, they ain't gonna fit in there.
So that ain't gonna fit in there.
She ain't gonna get no Note Plus up in that.
Half of what we just talked about ain't gonna fit in there. So what you got in there, girl?
Yeah, that's true. She probably got like car keys and I don't know, some breath mints. I don't know. You got a good point. So yeah, if you got small purses, let us know why you got small purses and what you actually got in a small purse, and is it more functional than the big mama purses? All right, that's what I'm saying.
Will is crazy.
All right, I'm gonna have to give Will his props. Will saw the girl. He was like, "Oh, Will Smith, nice to meet you." He made you
like, stop.
Stop. He ran away.
He ran away.
I hope don't nobody in this church.
If anybody gets that reference, please type below.
Yeah.
So you know where that's from.
Yes.
Because we know. I just want to know that you know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, shouts out to Will. Will, he always keeping his eyes open. He was like, Will Smith, Esquire, nice to meet you. Whoa, hold up. Okay, they're walking into the church. I did not know that skirt was that short.
I told you that.
Wow, I did not peep how short.
I said she need more skirt on her skirt.
Ooh, oh Lord, wow.
I'm gonna be real with you.
That skirt is. I did not know all them legs was coming out that skirt.
I'm gonna tell you my opinion on how they're dressed. If you are coming here and you're trying to appeal, to this community, I don't think you need to come in here showing out in terms of how you're dressed. You're coming in here like royalty. Might you be considered royalty because of your status and all of that? Maybe, but that's not how you need to come up in here. Especially when you just complained about people talking about how rich you are. Yeah, I don't think it's a great idea. I think they could have calmed it down. Some, a little modesty would probably go a long way. Yo, Hillary is definitely going to get a lap skirt from the mothers. Like the mothers of the church are definitely going to put a whole tablecloth on it. Look at that sister in the pink looking. She already looking at it like she done leaned over, getting ready to talk about them right now. She like, look at them legs. Coming up in here. I think it's a bit much. When the last time we seen them? It looks a little arrogant. Yeah, it's not a good look, y'all. Yeah. We're just giving y'all the perspective from how see, this is LA church, so everybody's extra in LA. LA is just one of those cities that's extra, like New York, LA, Miami. Those cities are extra. Yeah, so, but we've been to church in LA. Yeah, it's true. It's not. Well, there's a hint of extraness in a couple of the churches I've been in out here, which is why I don't really mess with churches out here. But that's a whole nother thing. That's not an indictment. If you want to go to church in LA, do your thing. But it's just LA is extra, so you're going to get that extra bit of like Hollywood-ish on top of whatever. I mean, you can, but I don't get the feeling that this is that type of church. And that they're just... Yeah, because they got pews. They're just sticking out too much. Yeah, way too much. They have pews at your church. No, but I'm surprised they have pews. Because this is LA. You know what I'm saying? They had pews at your church. Here. Yes, yeah, but what I'm saying is they got rid of them joints. Them joints is gone now. Oh. They upgraded them things. Oh. GZ knows the plan. Respect to Carlton for not trying to sway Will either way on his dad. I mean, he doesn't have a dog in the fight. Well, I mean, still, you can tell that their relationship is getting better. You know what I'm saying? That's true. He didn't try to say like, oh, well, Will, it's not important. Uncle Phil is, you know what I'm saying? Or, oh, Will, I don't care. Or, like, you need to do everything for you. He was just like, I'm really not sure. But you are in the right place to, find answers and everything. Like, you can see that their relationship is getting better, and I like that. Mm-hmm. Shouts to them. Oh, that conversation with Hillary lets you know Uncle Phil don't know everything about that contract. Because he was like, oh yeah, the video's gone. And he's like, it's good that you got out that contract. Hillary gonna need some money. Hillary gonna need a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. And I guess you don't know the money that Hillary need. Hillary, look, this is to anyone who's in a Hillary situation. Your family is there to help you. All right? They're not there to be used by you, but they are there to be helped. There to help you. You know what I'm saying? Let them help you. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone does you wrong, or someone's trying to manipulate you into something, or someone's trying to hold something over your head, that's when your family can mobilize and assist in a moment like this. You know how I feel about this because you're shaping her as a victim, and I don't see her as a victim. Well, okay, she's not particularly a victim, but she still needs help.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, she should have read that contract. Yes, she should have brought that contract to her mama and her daddy.
And no, she shouldn't have made that video in the first dog.
And she should have made that video. Should have never put them things out there. Because now you can't get them back. Well, no, it does seem like she could get it back. So the video's scrubbed, so everything's cool, hopefully. Besides the people that downloaded the video.
But I guarantee you, if she don't come up with that money, it's gonna magically reappear.
Mm-hmm. True that. Best believe that. Because Kylo is
He ain't get rid of them videos.
Nah, he probably still got the hard drive on that one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They gonna spread out the choir members and try to trick us.
Well, nah, this is COVID times. No, it's not. This ain't COVID times. So yeah, it's probably COVID times during the filming, but it's not COVID.
Ain't nobody got mask on. This is not COVID.
Yeah, this ain't no COVID.
You gonna spread out your 5 members, your 5 choir members, make us think you got a whole
2, 4, 6, 8,
like 17.
10, 12, 14, 16. Wow, exactly 17. And Carlton gonna come in for the 18. So they ain't got
Carlton. Is he out? No, that's him in the front.
Oh, there's an snap. This Carlton got the robe on. Look, first thing, now I know people gonna call me old school.
Choirs don't wear robes no more.
Choirs don't really wear robes like that no more. But with some of the shenanigans that be going on,
I mean, this church got pews, so the choir got robes.
Yeah, it's true. And also with some of the shenanigans of some of the clothing that we've seen, they need to bring robes back.
They do. I agree.
Because I've seen some shenanigans where it's like, look.
I mean, when I was in the choir, it got to the point where our choir director said, look, ladies, no more dresses. Everybody wear pants. I don't care. Nobody's allowed to wear dresses anymore because y'all don't know how to wear proper dresses. So they was like, you got to wear pants. Everybody. So, look, just put them in them Jedi robes and just call it a day. Robe with a little sash on it. And then y'all can march in slowly. You know what I'm saying? Marching. Like, look, I'm gonna take y'all back. Y'all gonna march in. Or you switch your shoulders back.
Yep.
Side. Got to twist your shoulders.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there be some shenanigans in them choirs. And y'all know in them choir stands, some of y'all can't wait till Sunday to see some of them shenanigans. And put a robe on it. Cover it up.
Oh. Wait a minute. What? Look up at the painting up top.
Uh-huh.
Are they naked?
Nah, they just ain't got no shirt on. Cause it's like, I don't know, I guess it's Jesus or something. They didn't have no shirts back when Jesus was alive.
Okay, please
hold
stop.
on. I mean, okay, yeah, they did, but
please stop that. Don't say that.
I forgot. Yeah, they did have shirts. All right, but
why would they not have shirts?
I don't know. Just look, it's probably old and it was hot out there.
Well, so why they look like they got on grass skirts and no shirt?
Well, man, I don't know. We got to see the whole painting. See, we ain't see the whole painting.
Okay.
And when hold on, let me see. Let me look at the whole painting and see what goes on. Because I mean, it don't look like. All right, let's see when the
not gonna show up.
Oh no, they are showing the whole thing. Hold on. All right, so it's like people. It looked like people in like a farmland or something.
I don't know. Anyway. Just go
anyway, just like, hey, people ain't got no shirts on in the church. Whatever.
All right.
Before Carlton get up to get his sing on, okay. Not only are the choir stands mad empty, like, cause did y'all put out like a call for extras and like nobody wanted to be on Bel-Air? Like, yo, cause I'm like, where is everybody? Like, is this? I looked at the church. I'm looking at the people. It's sparse in there. And look,
but that's how I know it ain't Easter Sunday.
Yeah, this ain't Easter Sunday because it's too sparse. Like, I'm like, where y'all at? Where everybody at? There's hardly anyone clapping up in these streets. They got. Oh man, they got. Now that I see a closer picture, they got an old choir too. And before y'all get started, I don't care about whether you young or old. I'm just letting you know the kind of song selection you gonna get. All right, you know what you gonna get straight from the hymnals.
Anyway,
Will, this is not the Apollo. All right, well, he was like, yeah, Carlton. First thing, Carlton don't even sound cool when you yell it. I mean, I guess at the same time, his name shouldn't be like D-Money, but I'm just saying, like maybe like C-Note.
Carlton look like he about to throw up.
Carlton like, oh God, please let my voice be good. But yeah, just don't do that.
They didn't stop the music.
Hold up, they stopped the music on them. But you know what? I'm about to look. We pause. Look, check it. I'm about to tell you what's about to happen. This is like This is like Sister Act 2. Remember when that kid couldn't sing? He was like, and next thing you know, he's singing at the end tournament. He was the one that hit the high note. Yeah. So this is what Carl. He gonna be like kind of scared and shaking his voice.
This is when Coco Brown gonna go up there and help him.
This is and then he gonna have his breakthrough. He gonna catch the spirit, and then that's when he gonna be singing it for real.
See, his sister Coco gonna go up there and do her thing.
Well, she's not Coco right now. She's Hillary.
Oh, that's Coco.
She's Hillary.
The Coco gonna come out.
She's Hillary right now.
You get what I'm saying? Though.
I know. She probably gonna be like, Carlton, I've got your back. He's gonna be like, I feel supported, and now I can sing.
Great. Now go sit down.
All right, thank you.
Not stop.
They was cold that they stopped the music though. I let Lady Lisa be mean.
I don't want anybody to think I'm being insensitive to anxiety, because I do understand. I understand anxiety, but my first reaction is, you too old for this.
You too old to be scared to sing in the choir.
I mean, if you too scared, don't do it.
But he probably want to do something for his daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and we see what you did for your daddy. Like because my thing is this. I know I'm a choir singer. I'm not a soloist. I'm not good enough to be a soloist, first of all. Second of all, if someone thought I was and asked me to do it, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm a choir singer. I sing with a choir of people.
With the choral arrangement.
I can't do that, because I would be Carlton. And I'm not fitting to go up there and be Carlton.
See, I go up there, I'd be like, he's so amazing.
See?
And I'd be like, I can't do this.
It's like,
I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Yo, Carlton, thank you for... No, hold up. Don't look at me like that. I'm about to thank Carlton for doing his best to show the Lord his praise. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have
But you need to operate we all need to operate within our gifts.
He has a gift for singing.
No, he does not have a gift to be a soloist.
He probably does. He probably just got choked up.
He does not have a gift to be a soloist, because if he did, he would have been a soloist. And
we just got to bring it out.
No. But you practice to bring it out before you get out there.
All I'm saying
I don't need my bus driver practicing the bus drive as they're bus driving.
I'm just saying.
You practice your bus driving pre-drive.
I'm just telling you, you know what I'm saying? Just like all the people that come up singing, when you be in like youth choir, when the baby choir, you're in the baby choir, and then you're in the youth choir, and then, you know what I'm saying, you still be a little shaky. But then when you get to the adult choir, you know what I'm saying, like the young adults or whatever, not like the old men, but like the young adults, then you're feeling like you got a little, confidence. But when you're still in the youth choir, you're still a little shaky. You're kind of scared to like sing. You know what I'm saying? Man, he just a little, you know what I'm saying? He just need to get his confidence.
He's grown. He's basically
still in high school.
You're too grown for this, is all I'm saying.
I remember there was kids that was in the youth choir that was in high school. They were still a little bit shaky.
He's not in youth choir.
Well, yeah, that's true. He was up there with the adults.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
This is not the time you're not going to use this moment to help you get rid of your anxiety. No, this is when you're supposed to be ministering. Seriously, you need to operate within your gifts.
Because you have to minister, because you're supposed to be ministering to someone out there that could be moved by the music, by your words, by the tones and melodies, you know what I'm saying, by the lyrics. Because some people are moved by the music, some people are moved by the word. Some people like just enjoy the whole service, but you are there to minister in your gift. So yeah. I will give you that.
Unless you in the choir with the little babies, see, you excuse them, because they're still learning and growing, but you too grown for this. That's all. I don't mean to be insensitive, but he too grown for this. This is not the time for you to use this moment to get rid of your anxiety. Like, you knew you was too nervous to do this.
He still need to be down there with this little light of mine.
No, he need to be down there.
Babies.
No, he need to be down there sitting with his family. You can sing along.
Yeah, please. Okay. Ashley, first, don't try to slick a can of oil.
Okay.
I ain't stupid. Like, oh, why aren't the rights of any human? It's like, no. Because if this was the rights of any human, you'd never be able to sit down with all the atrocities that go on across the world. So you are picking out a sliver of humans that are LGBTQIA+. And I don't mind that. But don't dodge questions. You didn't dodge the Reverend when he came by to demand that he put people up front.
She didn't demand, but...
She said you need to put people up in the top positions or whatever. So she didn't have a problem then. Don't evade my questions now.
That was just the Reverend. That's her mama.
Because now all of a sudden you want to evade, and then get on a little high horse. She was like,
commendable.
She was like, we do that. She was like, I agree. That's why we donated to marriage equality and everything. And she said, commendable. Like, oh, I forgot. Did you open your piggy bank for that? You get your broke up out of my face. I'm talking about something commendable. You know what's commendable? How about this? Grow up, live a little bit, because you're
so aggressive.
No, you're not going to commendable me in my house. Okay, drinking my water, using up my AC. I can
see now who gonna have these talks with the little one.
Homegirl said commendable.
But wait a minute.
Like my little.
Stop. She's trying to talk to her to find out what's going on with her. You're not going to do that by coming at her, calling her broke and all kinds of stuff.
No, I'm not calling her. In my mind, I'm doing this. I'm still going to hit you with the air.
This is not what you're going to know. You have this conversation.
Here's my thing.
You have a conversation with him. This is not going to be in your mind.
Here's my thing about Ashley. Ashley is no different than them dudes in jail that read 2 books and come out and now they deep. Ashley done watched 2 TED Talks. She likes a girl and probably read an article about gay rights, and now all of a sudden she more woke than everybody. Now all of a sudden she gonna tell the church that they need to put people in front. Now she gonna look down on her mom and her dad's their donation and say it's commendable. Like, girl, if you don't get all the way up out my face, how about this? How about you live some life first? This girl had the nerve to say commendable.
It is commendable.
No. The way she said commendable. It's like, what you want me to do? What?
I mean, that was the equivalent of being like, is
that the best you could do? What would you have me do, Ashley? What would you have me do?
Not ask her any questions if she ain't got to tell the truth.
Don't ask. No questions. Girl, I had the nerve to say commendable. Oh, I'm going to let it go, but I'm going to make a statement about this. No, you didn't just dismiss your mother.
Because it's not dismiss.
She dismissed. She said okay and went back to her phone, just ticking and typing.
But you take everything. It's not like that. It's a defense mechanism. She wants the conversation to end because she's not ready to have this conversation with her mother.
But then don't say my stuff is commendable. All right. Also, okay. Now I gotta hit this. Y'all gonna be mad about this, but I gotta keep it real. Y'all know how I get on my show. If y'all don't like it, I understand. If you're so interested in human rights so bad,
we know it's all. Look, stop. I know, it's all a cover up.
All I'm saying is, if you're so interested in human rights, I ain't heard Black Lives Matter come out your mouth one time.
Anyway, you know it's all a cover up, so it's no need even going on.
I just want to see. You said human rights are everybody
it's important. All a cover up.
I know.
So
okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let go. All right, hold up.
She was like, "You need to go talk to him." All right, he left.
I just got some food. I'm gonna talk to her when I'm done.
Plated up these just chicken and waffles here. This fresh waffle.
No, these 2 baby chicken legs and a half a waffle. But I understand. I know you gotta like cutesify it when you're a chef. You know what I'm saying? Well, it looks better than Roscoe's does. So I'll give you that. But he trying to eat. A whole platter right now. He hungry. He want to eat. You gonna make? She was like, "I'm gonna keep your plate warm." It ain't the same. It's not the same. I want my hot chicken now.
Be like, no. When I come back down here, you gonna make me some fresh chicken.
I want some fresh chicken. I don't want no chicken. If I wanted some old chicken that's been around all day, I go to the grocery store and get that chicken that's been sitting under the light.
How long you think you gonna be talking to Carlson?
You never know how. you don't know how long the conversation gonna be. I was just saying. What if you get up there to get real deep in the convo, and then next thing you know,
no, he's just gonna be like, Carlton, you alright? Yeah, I'm alright. Cool.
Yo, Carlton, you good? Yo, Carlton, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Alright, I'm hungry. Yo, or he could just do what he could use the conversation that men usually use when they need to talk. Be like, yo, Carlton, yeah, want to get some wings? And they be like, yeah. And then you go, and while you eat, you be like, so how you been?
Because
man?
that's therapy that works.
It is therapy that works.
Uh-huh.
Look, to all the fellas that's listening to this right now, if you and your boy ever had any kind of beef, static, or whatever, didn't y'all apologize? Better like,
I'm not talking about an apology. I'm talking about no. I'm not talking about an apology. Wait a minute. We're not. See, you threw it to something else. I'm not talking about an apology. I'm talking about somebody has some issues they need to deal with.
All right, well, even if you got issues, be like, yo, my man, yo, you watch the game, you want to come?
Well, how is that helping anything?
Because when you get them to the game, you get them to open up, and then you talk to them.
No, because everybody go tell them to be quiet because you're trying to watch the game.
No, I'm talking about after the game. See, you use the game as a way to open up, and then after the game, you be like, yo, man, you know, how you been?
Ain't nobody asking you about that after the game. Nobody want to have talk about their feelings
you
after the game.
You don't know because you're a lady. Mm-hmm. All right? You're a lady. You don't know about these things. I call
bull because after the game, y'all gonna get something else to eat.
Be like, yo, you want some chicken and waffles?
See?
I'm hungry too.
And y'all ain't gonna never talk about nothing.
Yes, you will. You be like, yo, man, how you been, man? How you feeling?
He gonna be like, I'm alright, man. I want some more wings. That's all y'all gonna talk about is a game and wings. That's it.
Look, I know what I'm talking about. Look, fellas, back me up. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I love that moment that Will and Carlton just had where he was like, you know, I can help you carry it and all of that. I think that was a great moment. Only thing I'm wondering right now, why do they not have Carlton in counseling?
Well, because I don't think nobody's really paying attention to Carlton right now.
No, they all seem to know. I'm not talking about the drugs. They all seem to know about his anxiety.
Yeah.
So why isn't he going to counseling?
Well, why doesn't he have like a prescription for it?
Well, he don't need that.
Well, yeah, last thing he needs some prescription.
But my thing is counseling. That's like, to me, the first line of defense. Like,
yeah, black people love counseling now, right? That's the hot buzzword. Like, I'm getting therapy. I'm getting counseling. Like everybody black. I guess I don't know where they're giving out the free black counseling, but apparently they I know. I'm just saying.
But anyway, I'm just like, why is he not in counseling to help deal with his anxiety? And how come when you got Black Sherlock Holmes in your house, how come don't nobody know that Carlton is doing drugs except Will? He been doing drugs all this time, but nobody knows until Will comes. Like, what? Make it make sense.
Because he been sneaky, man.
But Jeffrey knows everything.
But Jeffrey don't know, because Jeffrey probably ain't been focusing on Carlton. Because he like, oh, Carlton good. He got good grades. He played great. He played sports and stuff. He fine.
I'm just saying.
He all in that lacrosse.
I think it's very convenient that, you know, nobody knew about him doing drugs. All these people live in the house with him, but as soon as Will get there, now he knows.
Look, Will busted in on him though.
Nobody else ever busted in on Carlton ever in life.
Nah, man.
Okay.
Because they're from their own house, so they knock. You know what I'm saying? Will don't be knocking.
Okay.
Ain't gonna be no locked doors, they?
Okay.
So peep this. I like the moment. I also enjoy the fact that he said, "Hey, I can carry this with you."
Yeah.
But I also saw that moment at the end where it was like, keep calling me, bitch.
Yeah, but he didn't move, so that was
great. He ain't moved, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You keep calling him, but he like, no, I can do this.
But, you know, I saw Will's mind going like, great, I can go eat my waffles.
Yeah, because I'm hungry. I've been at church all day.
No, it ain't all day, because soon as Carlton messed up, it's like, cut.
Next thing we know, Ashley texting at the table.
Like, dang, what happened to church?
Church disappeared once Carlton messed up.
Y'all gave y'all tithes before you left.
Yeah, they passed the plate first.
Well. Looks like Jazz got a little upgrade.
Yeah, Jazz, but I do think he was a little he was a little turned off by being like, yo, I'd like to bring you to my house, cook something for you. And she was like, oh, we could go to this hotel I'm staying at. You know, he looked like he was a little like, oh, well, yeah, I guess so. Now,
no, I don't think so. Not the way he was cheesing.
Okay, so maybe I missed that.
No,
but,
he was like, oh, she wants to take me back to her hotel?
All right, now, people, all right, if you gonna go do some dirty stuff, don't wear a comforter sweater and a hoodie. No, I mean, you do need a hoodie.
What do you mean dirty stuff?
Yeah, like stealing. They stealing stuff. I mean, it's hers, but they kind of stealing it from Kylo right now. So, they breaking in the house, going. They ain't supposed to be in there. Look, you supposed to be wearing all black with black Air Force Ones.
It's daytime. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess it don't matter. But they should just. I feel like they're wearing. They're way too colorful to be like doing something you ain't supposed to be doing.
Well, this is my thing.
But that's a good point. You don't gotta look like you know what I'm saying. Like you a stick up kid. You gotta be on a low low.
My thing is this place is full of cameras. And that's one thing. Second of all, why are you sneaking to move out? Just move out. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, maybe he was like, you gotta leave with everything that's in here or something like that. You gotta leave everything in here and you can't take nothing. Maybe that's what he that's part of the contract. Like, I don't know.
This is just foolishness.
I think it's just added in so they can get caught stealing stuff. Go on.
Will is almost a grown man. He needs to go ahead and face the truth, whatever it is. Whoever it impacts, it impacts. Yeah. Like, he didn't have a choice in any of this.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me like a whole lot of people made a whole lot of choices for him. And he needs to go ahead and find out the truth, whether it makes, him sad, makes him happy, makes him indifferent.
True. Something's telling me that they were a circle of friends. Like Aunt Viv, Uncle Phil, Lou, and Vi were a circle of friends. Because how would it impact all these people? Well, I don't know.
We know they weren't a circle of friends because when Aunt Vi and Aunt Vivian were talking, they were talking about how Aunt Vivian didn't want her to get with him in the first place. She was like, I should have listened to you when you told me about him. Oh yeah, true. So they never liked him. So I think what happened was some kind of way they got rid of him, got him out of the space once she got pregnant so that he wouldn't be involved anymore. I don't know how. But right. I know one thing. I'm going to be a little perturbed if they write this like he throw that packet away or something.
Yeah, because it's more likely that he would probably spend a day and by the end of this day be opening this package.
Let me tell you one thing that could happen that we've seen happen and stuff before. He could throw the packet away, Uncle Phil find it, and go scrambling and say, Will, about your dad, I can explain. What, Uncle Phil? What do you need to explain about my father? I hope
they don't do that. Don't do that to us, Bel-Air. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. Yeah, we can see. So we. Oh. Hold on. Let me see. So hold on. Oh, yo. G is not. G is.
He ain't pulling no punches right now.
He ain't pulling.
But this fool here.
Oh, you mean Dwayne Martin?
Dwayne Martin needs to go. I do not like him.
Yeah, he's
just a slimy little.
Yeah, he's like. Now, I mean, he right. You know what I'm saying? It would be devastating to find out that this dude was cheating on his wife while she was dying.
But this is my thing. What people need to understand, and once you grow up a little bit, you should understand. When you air out stuff like this about people, it says more about your character than it does about the person you're talking about.
Now, when you say that, what about situations when you're trying to when you do want to outsource, you do want to uncover, this person been trying to act like they was all that and they weren't. You want to uncover it. You know what I'm saying?
Under what it depends on the circumstance.
Well, I mean, just for the fact that it exists. There might be somebody that's they the mayor or something, and they walking around like they the best person in the world. You're like, yo, nah, this dude is corrupt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You wanna
does
release
that
information.
But does that corruption have something to do with him being mayor, or does that have something to do with something personal. For example,
when
Bill Clinton cheated on Hillary, that was not something for him to be impeached for. That was between he and his wife.
Okay, I get. Okay. So you're saying like if this is like a civil, well, even there are some civil issues that kind of speak to your character under your job, though. You know what I'm saying? Too. I mean, I guess
I think people use that as an excuse.
But I mean, even like if you go to college, there's going to be a code of conduct or like your job or whatever. Like if you do something, and even if it's kind of like a civil matter, you could get fired or something.
Yeah,
but
but your job can't fire you because you cheated on your wife. You can try it if they want to.
That's true.
Get to fit a whole lot of people will be fired. But
it's openings.
But I think
it's openings everywhere.
I think it's an excuse because it's honestly, I feel like it's easier to throw dirt on somebody else than it is to make yourself look good.
Well, yeah, it is always. It's easier to break than to build. We know that. So
it's like, to me, it's because you don't have enough good things to say about yourself, and I think that's the case here. You know that you are. You're not in touch with your own people. You're not in touch with the community you're trying to get to vote for you. You know all of these things. Mm-hmm. And so it's easier to throw dirt on him to get the attention drawn away from you and how bad he is. That's easier than trying to make yourself look good because, honestly, you don't have a lot to work with.
Yeah, because you ain't been around the hood in a long time. And the only reason you here now is because you want our vote.
Right. And this is the other thing.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be on some Joe Biden-ish where all of a sudden you're going to be down with us all up on black radio saying, hi, how you doing? And then next thing you know, we ain't seen you since.
Exactly.
You got money for everybody but black people. But black people save the Democratic Party.
Reminds me of Kamala Harris. But anyway.
That girl was wearing Timberlands. And now you can't find her. Now she ain't nowhere to be found. Where my Kamala check? All right. Where
Not to mention, he go ahead and do this, and people turn around and, talk about his dirt. Want to dig into his family, what's going on with his family. Mm-hmm. You got to be real careful with that.
True.
So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not a good idea.
The mudslinging is always, it might not work.
I've never seen anybody sling mud and not get some on themselves.
True. And it's a toss-up, man. Like, I've seen mudslinging campaigns work. I've seen them fall flat. And I've seen them turn on people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah. Even when they work, just the way I am, it's like I'm still looking at the other person like, that was dirty what you did. Yeah, you knocked them down and nobody wants to deal with them. But I look at you a certain way because why I want to deal with you now? How do I know you won't do this to me? Yeah, I mean, look at get
your
way.
Yeah, because look at how we looking at old girl from what's that? For King Richard now. Mm-hmm. Like, we looking at her completely differently now. So yeah, I see where you coming from. You know what I'm saying? Look, sometimes don't sling that mud, man.
It's a roll
of the dice.
I didn't ask you why I shouldn't vote for him. I'm asking you why I should vote for you. If you can't tell me why I should vote for you without his name coming out your mouth, then we don't need to have a conversation.
And I want real things, not no uplift plan on some website where I want you to sign a document. I want real statements and factual documents provided to us.
You want to lift every voice plan?
I want to lift every voice. I want every voice to be lifted.
No, I don't want to lift every voice.
No, plan. I want to lift black voices
because that plan was put on paper. We still ain't look.
Yeah, they sure did put that plan up on the website.
That was a mutual voice plan.
That plan became lift every voice except the Negro voice. Oh boy!
Lift every voice and sit down.
No, Dwayne Martin didn't have the nerve to say, "Can we put the tea and crumpets away?"
Evidently, you can't,
bruh. Oh snap! That's cold.
I'm just saying.
Oh man! Oh, look at the what's that? Beverly Hilton. That's on Santa Monica and
Oh yeah, I recognize that corner.
Yeah, I recognize that corner because I've had to map that corner tons of times.
That weird.
Yeah,
it's not even an intersection. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's an intersection, but it's just weird.
It's just weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Santa Monica, and I don't even know that street.
But I love the view of the pool from the top.
Oh yeah, that is nice. That's a nice little.
In the like maze garden down there. Okay.
And I love how it's raised high enough so we don't get to see the homeless people too.
Well, no. They don't allow homeless people in this area.
Oh yeah, because see, this is where you're getting into Beverly Hills. You're like just getting in. You're leaving Century City and getting into Beverly Hills. So they push them out to the line.
There's magically no homelessness in Beverly Hills, y'all. I don't know how.
They solved the problem.
Fairies and magic they have, but magically there's just everyone has a home in Beverly Hills. Yep. Everyone is homed, as they would say.
They fixed it.
Other places they're unhomed, as they like to say now, because homeless just sounds ugh. So we're gonna say unhomed.
I'm like, unhomed? Who made? That's how you know some midday yoga people made that stuff up.
Unhomed.
Unhomed.
You mean homeless?
You mean homeless? You mean living out your car? You mean eating out the garbage? What you
unhomed? I'm confused.
Unhomed? You mean the dude sleeping on my steps? I'm not talking about some. Get out of here, unhomed. And
you mean like my bills are unpaid?
Yeah. Oh, so unhomed. Man, get out of my man, please.
They're also unfed.
Yes, thank you. Come on now. I word. You know what I'm saying? We got some callbacks to the original series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Vivian about to, show her brand new portfolio. You know what I'm saying? And we got some callbacks to the original series, so that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
But are we going to see the original Aunt Viv pop up in the name?
No.
Why not? They had their kumbaya come to Jesus moment at the reunion.
I don't think they all had their kumbaya moment.
Well, don't nobody matter but Will.
I think
Will Smith is in charge. The real Will Smith is in charge. And if he say Janice, whatever her last name, is gonna have a role, she gonna have a role.
Janice, I don't know.
Dubois
Anderson or something? Dubois? Francis? I don't know. Whatever the girl's name is.
The real Aunt Viv.
The real Aunt Viv. Also, the crazy chick that was mad at Will for years and years and years. And then had all these problems and tried to blame Will on him. Like, don't even get me started. Don't get me started.
I love her earrings, though.
Yeah, earrings are dope. Do you want to go first or you want?
I certainly will.
Alright.
She already agreed with her husband before she had these epiphanies and this need to be free. She already had this conversation with her husband that, they were behind him in this, that, he was behind her in that time, and now she is behind him. I remember this conversation, in like the first two episodes or so. So what you don't get to do is now say, but I've had this epiphany and I have this need to be free and I have this fire. That's all wonderful and great, ma'am. But you already told your husband that you would be behind him while he is in this campaign. Last I checked, the campaign is still going on. He hasn't won anything. So
hasn't lost anything
either. The campaign is still going on. So what y'all not gonna do, Bel-Air, is make this a thing of Uncle Phil's holding her back, because I can smell it.
They've already said it. It said it in episode before last, where she tried to make it seem like he was some kind of oppressive person. Yeah. And I love how they switched up her reason for stopping Peyton. Because she was like, when we were talking with Uncle Phil was like, yeah, I remember. You were crushed. You were anxious, all this stuff. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, I had to explain. Now, maybe that was the reason why she was under the anxiety and the depression and the crushing deadlines and everything. But he specifically brought up deadlines, I believe, twice in that argument. And she ain't never say nothing about deadlines here.
And we never showed her if that's the epiphany. Another epiphany she came to is that's the real reason. We need to also see her apologizing to her husband.
Yeah, and also when they were like, "Why did you start painting again?" I was like, "Because there's a cute guy that said I did good work." Like, don't be trying to use Will as no. Your friend introduced you to a cute guy that said he liked your paintings, and now you're all inspired because you got this new sexual energy around you that you shouldn't have. But don't nobody want to talk about that. Now, if this was switched, if there was a new little young thing around Uncle Phil, it would not be framed that way. it would be framed as if he was a dog, as if he was sneaky, as if he was foul. And if he said any kind of thing, like Aunt Viv was holding him back and that she needed to just go on back to LA, it would be hell up in Harlem, especially on Black Twitter. You know, all them brown faces with blue checks would be all up about Uncle Phil right now. But now all of a sudden they're gonna flip it like she had some epiphany and some amazing moment seeing Will operating his free his free spirit. Man, I'm trying to hear all that. Lying. Michael Ealy Reed done came around smiling and looking at you around his glass, and now all of a sudden you excited.
I'm getting a little tired because, again, I've said this before. She's operating like some inexperienced young wife who's trying to find her way in her marriage. It's like, no, ma'am, you are a seasoned, experienced woman who has wisdom about your marriage and how to conduct yourself as a wife and how to be supportive, and who should know how to step back when you need to step back and support your husband. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I'm tired of this thing where she's being flighty in terms of this. To me, it's not that. The original Aunt Viv was never flighty. Yeah, it's not this complicated. The thing is, nobody's saying, oh, she shouldn't want to paint again. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is her husband has sat down with her and had a conversation about running for this position that he wants. And he had a conversation with the whole family and about, how everybody's going to need to be behind him. She agreed to this and was on board.
True that.
So what you can do is wait until after this is all done and then sit down and have a conversation with him and say, okay, now that this is all settled, you have the position or you don't have the position, whatever it is, I want to go ahead and jump back in and I need y'all to be behind me. But no, you decide in the middle of you supposedly having his back and being there for him and not putting all these obligations on yourself so you can be there for him. No, what you decide to do is what you're doing now. And it's not right.
Look, because Reed done came through and said, I'm going to give you your own gallery, baby. She was like, hope for me? I'm going to give you this fellowship, girl. Who do you think is going to be magically on every stop of that tour? Look, I'm telling you like this. You can't kid a kidder. I'm just letting you know. If you start traveling, watch, magically he gonna be at every show. I just came to support you. Man, please, man, get out of here. Alright, okay. Lisa, you just said something that was interesting about be wary.
Be wary of people who don't want you to know the truth. Now, so we're talking about the scene where Will came in to Uncle Phil and said, hey, I told Jeffrey to look for my father and blah, 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 blah. Look, this is the sign of someone who's being transparent with you. Will, you're still young. I understand if you're not ready to find out everything right now, but don't do anything drastic. Jeffrey took the time to find out all of this. Maybe have me hold on to this, or you hold on to this. Don't get rid of this information, because if you want it later, then what? You don't have to read it right now. Nobody says you have to read it right now, right? But it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And the fact that Uncle Phil is like, yep, well, you're your own man, and I love you like you're my own, and phew, no. Always be wary of somebody who is enthusiastic about you not knowing the truth.
Will, your father needs to have his own say in what is going on in your life.
Thank you.
Or his vision that you hold in your mind. He needs to at least have some say. He's had none. Ever since you were born, he's had no say on your perception of him. You need to meet that man and hear from his voice from his, or at least look at this information and see what truly happened, at least from any documents. And then you need to speak to that man.
Give him the chance to show you he's a liar.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make him to be a liar, let him show you he's a liar, not because somebody else said he is. If he's going to be an absent father, let him show you that he's an absent father by not showing up when you have a meeting, whatever it is. Give him the opportunity to be responsible personally for whatever opinion you have of him. Because so far, everybody else has fed you what your father is.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea who your father is.
You ain't got no idea at all.
You know what they told you.
And look, we can love our mothers as much as we want to, but the bottom line is your mother wasn't born at 40 or 50 whenever you are now. See, your mama, and this is to anyone who's young out there listening, or someone who's even older who ain't met their father or whatever yet. Your mama was not your dad's mama. He was your dad's girlfriend, woman, wife, whatever. It's a different relationship. And the same person that raised you ain't the same person that dated him. So it's probably best that you get at least the perspective from that man on what their relationship was and what it wasn't. Because remember, you've only been hearing one side all your life. Now you finally get a chance to hear or see at least a glimpse of the other side, and you just so quick to just give it to Uncle Phil. This is some gift wrap bow writing right now, which I am not pleased with. Hopefully they turn it around by the end of the episode, or maybe the end of the season. But right now, this is some gift wrap bow bull. Look, I've told many youth that I've interacted with, I know what it might seem like. I know what you might be hearing at home. And I'm not here to say anything about your mom. I'm here to say that you need to speak to this man whenever you get an opportunity. You need to speak to this man. You need to figure out who this man is. When it comes
to relationships, most things are not cut and dry. Most things are not black and white.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they say the term it's complicated, it applies there, because relationships just aren't that cut and dry. And I'll say, I knew somebody, I dated somebody who had been told that their dad just wasn't around. He looked for his dad, and you know where he found his father? 20 minutes away. He lived 20 minutes away. And he found his siblings that he did not know he had. And he found an older brother that he did not know he had. And I remember he told me when he went and knocked on his father's door, his father had married. And as soon as what he found out to be his stepmother, for all intents and purposes, answered the door, she said, I already know who you are. Because he looked just like his father. And his older brother, he said, looked just like him. So as soon as she opened the door, she was like, oh, I know who you are.
Look, I'm telling y'all, your mama, the relationship with your mama is not the same relationship that your dad had with your mama. It's not the same. So you need to speak to that man on your own terms by yourself, without your mother or your auntie or your grandma or anyone else that got some pull or sway in that conversation. Just you and that man by yourselves. Now, you might find out, hey, all the reports are real. But all too often we find out all those reports a little skewed. So I wouldn't give that away. I don't like the way they did this, and I don't like that Uncle Phil did what he did.
Yeah.
It's not a good look right now. Alright, Lisa don't like Carlton's shirt. I think that's on
Carlton's shirt looked like Easter threw up.
Nah, man, that's on some Liberace stuff right there. He's like Easter but like real rich. He's like super rich in Miami, and it's Easter.
Look like Easter had an upset stomach on his shirt. Good point, Carlton. You know what? I like that. So Will and Carlton are having a conversation about Will making the decision not to find out about his father. And I love when Carlton said, you can still feel that way even if you have your father in your life. And I agree with him, because you decide on your happiness. Some people may not agree, but you decide on whether you're happy or not.
Yeah.
If you allow people and situations to make you unhappy, that's kind of on you. And I'm not trying to oversimplify. It is a decision. I'm not saying that, things won't come your way. Well, it kind of makes you feel sad and whatnot, but you have to be in control of all of that. If you want to have a happy life overall, you have to decide, I'm going to be happy.
You need joy.
Joy. Everybody say joy. Joy. Exactly. And it's like, you have to decide, yeah, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you've done. I don't like what you've said about me, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to be happy regardless. That's what I'm deciding.
Yep. I'm to smile.
Right? So I like that he said that. And it's true. You may not like anything you find out about your father. But whether or not you let that determine if you just go on and live a happy or sad life, that's up to you.
But then also, he said that, when he thinks about his father, he's unhappy or whatever. And like you said, that's based on what you know.
That's based on what you've been told.
Or based on what you've been told. Mm-hmm. And you had an opportunity to know some stuff, and then you gave it away. So you really don't have the right to sit here and be like, I'm unhappy about my father. When you had
he's afraid.
Key. You had the key in your hand, bro.
I'm going to tell you, he's afraid of a couple of things. He's afraid of finding out that his mother has lied to him.
Mm-hmm. That's what this is really about.
And he's afraid of finding out that his father is this great guy and he's missed out.
Yeah.
And he's also afraid of finding out everybody was right and he just has a no good dad.
Yeah.
So he's afraid of all of that. And it's understandable.
Sure.
But what he has to understand is, you not finding out the truth does not take away from you feeling sad about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like? So it's not
going to make anything better.
Yeah. So
you need to know.
You need to know and deal with it.
Uncle Phil, like if I was Uncle Phil, I would have took it. I would have held it for a second. I would have looked at him. I would have told him, basically what I said just a second ago. Put it back in his hands. I would have been like, keep this. You might not want to read it now, kind of like you said. You know what I'm saying? But keep this. This is for you. This is your heritage. This is part of your life, part of your legacy. Half of you is him, other half is your mama.
But see, when you've been doing dirty stuff, you can't say that.
Yeah, that's true. But so many of us are running around thinking that we're all made up of our mothers, and we're not. Half of you come from your mama, half of you come from your daddy.
And then half of them is their mother and their father and so on and so forth.
So this is part of your legacy, your heritage, your history. And if you only want to know half of it, then that means that you're going to be crippled. That means that you're going to be handicapped.
And ignorant, willfully.
Yeah, and willfully ignorant. Do not cripple yourself due to somebody's feelings.
You had Jeffrey do all of this for you to just be like, oh, never mind.
I know. Jeffrey be like, I ain't doing nothing.
I take Jeffrey for granted.
I ain't killing nobody else for you.
I need Jeffrey to just leave and be like, you know what? I want to see what y'all gonna do without me here. Y'all just beat up, fell apart.
Because Dwayne Martin ain't doing nothing.
Man,
all he can do is show Uncle Phil how to cheat on his wife.
What?
Out in Trinidad and Tobago. Wherever. What
are you talking about?
Remember when he was teaching?
Stop it.
Remember he was cheating with the Turks and Caicos man?
He was not.
What, he was teaching him how to cheat or something?
He was not.
They was having sex parties or something. Something Lisa Ray was mad about. Lisa Ray was mad about something. He was taking her husband out to parties with strippers or something.
Anyway, I don't look.
They was doing something wrong.
You don't know no details. Stop saying stuff. Just play.
All right. Once again, Will, Carlton, I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have made this. I've enjoyed their character arc this season because they've both grown individually and collectively from where they've been.
Yeah, but I don't believe Carlton threw that stuff out.
Not well. He said he did.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
You gotta have faith, Blair.
I don't believe him. I believe that he didn't do drugs when he wanted to, but I don't believe he went and threw it out. I think that's something he said to Will. Will was like, "Oh, you should throw it out." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I did." Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. I believe the man.
He didn't say, "Hey, Will, I didn't do drugs and I threw it out." He didn't say that. He didn't say he did until after Will was like, "You should."
The man told me he quit.
Just like Ike said, he done with that narcotic.
Look,
Ike was not done with that narcotic.
I'm done with that narcotic now. All right, so we find out why Lisa ain't been answering Will. Her daddy been all in her face all day, and she's like, "I'm finally going to see Will." He's like, "Look, I'm going to tell you why I know he's bad news. Judge Robertson sent me this. He was in a fight and there was a gun involved." And I'm like, cool, right? Whatever. And Lisa says, "I'm surprised you'd stoop that low." So I'm like, cool, she holding it down. But here's my thing that killed me in this whole scene. The captain or the chief of police in Los Angeles talked about circumventing the law. My dude, what you need to do when it comes to circumventing the law is just staying quiet. I know you ain't barking up that tree. What you need to do when they're talking about circumventing the law, man, stop it.
But see,
all the police brutality and police killings from the inception of the LAPD until now.
But see, remember, if
cops keep skating by and skating away, and the body cam footage is gone, and we don't know where it is, it got turned off, and all that. Trust me, the line you want to go down is not circumventing law. Figure out something else, but don't say that.
But see, remember I talked about, I don't know, previous episode before, whichever, where it's like, what's going to end up happening? She's going to find out about Will, and she's going to be like, "You lied to me, and I can't trust you." Because as soon as when they were getting ready to sleep together, she said, "I trust you, Will." I said, up. That lie he just told is going to come back and haunt him. As soon as she said that you just sealed your fate. Because when she finds out about you, it's going to be this whole thing of, "You lied, and I can't trust you." And that's what's about to go down.
What's going to happen is one lie is going to become his whole character.
Exactly.
And
I thought I knew you.
That's the thing I hate about shows when they do that, because it's like, I told you one lie because I was embarrassed about something, or because my uncle told me to keep this quiet, and now that's become my whole character.
But I will say, to her defense, or look at the flip side, it would be shocking and would kind of take you back if you have this guy who seems to be this really nice, really sweet, upstanding guy, and you found out he got into a gunfight.
It was a fight and there was a gun present.
Okay. It wasn't a gun present. He shot a gun.
But that's what...
Talk about it was a gun present. Did he raise his hand here? No. Well, it's just a gun present.
That's what her father said. He was like,
anyway,
he got into a fight and there was a gun
I'm talking about what she's going to find out.
Yes.
So you find out this guy, you think it's so, for all you know, is sweet and upstanding, all this, and you find out he was in a fight and he shot a gun and all this, you know what I'm saying? He had to come to Philly because somebody was trying to kill him. You find out all this stuff, you're going to be like, "What kind of dog?"
You will be like, "What kind of stuff you into?"
It's like, you know what? And I know they do it for the dramatics. Hold on, I know they do it for the dramatics, but it will be like, "I don't know if I know you." I mean,
yeah, but
I don't know if I really know you.
After learning that, even she'll be like, "You know what? I get why Uncle Phil wanted to keep it on the low."
No, she's not.
She's
gonna cry and be like, "I don't trust you." I can see
her being mad for like an episode, and then being like, "I understand why Uncle Phil told you not to tell nobody." You know what I'm saying? Like I get it.
I don't think it's
do you think her daddy don't be telling her not to tell nobody nothing?
But I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I see how stuff gets written, and it's gonna be,
I
can't trust you anymore.
Yeah, I can't trust you.
Listen to my father, and I was wrong about you.
Yeah. My daddy's always been right.
You know, the only thing
even when he was cheating on my mama.
You know, the only thing that'll save it is if Carlton steps up and says, "Look." Well, no, he never even told Carlton the truth.
I think, no, Carlton knows, I want to say he found out. Didn't Carlton find out? I can't remember.
I don't know. But if he does know, if he steps up and he talks to Lisa, that may save Will.
All right, we'll see. But go on and say what you just said.
Jeffrey hit it on the head.
Yep.
And that Jeffrey got a new fire up on him. After Uncle Phil said what he said to him, Jeffrey went into I don't give a more.
Because when man to man, you've changed our relationship and I'm done now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, look, I'm here. I will do what I need to do at my job, but we finished.
Yeah, he's different. Like, he's different.
Because you changed our relationship. You came to me on some like, you work for me kind of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, okay, cool. So our relationship is just employer, employee. Cool. No problem.
So Uncle Phil can call him in there and like look at him like, I got you. Because he got the envelope. He
was like, no, that means that Will was too scared to open it for himself.
Which I agree.
He needed a real father figure around him to help him open it with him.
Because he could have said, we can face it together.
Yep. Just like Will told Carlton. We can shoulder this together.
Come on now.
But that shows that Will is a better friend or cousin than Uncle Phil is an uncle.
Well, you said it right, friend.
Yeah, because Uncle Phil could have been like, you know what? Look, tomorrow morning, let's go through this. Or like, here, give it back. Or let's go through it now. One page at a time. We'll just take it one page at a time. If you want to stop, we'll stop. But we can do this together. You know what I'm saying? But Jeffrey right. He like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look. What he needed was a real father figure. And see, the only reason Jeffrey didn't do it, because Jeffrey is now in kind of like employee mode. He's like, you know what? I got love for you, kid, but it's not my place. It's not my family. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was family, but your uncle taught me that very well last week or whatever. So now, now I'm in my own thing and I can't help you like that. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is bring you the truth. I can't do nothing else. Dang, that scene with G was rough. Cause you can see, like, he's like, yeah, you keep saying that I work for you. Yeah, I get it, but you know that I've basically become like family, and now you want to fire me. And like you said, even after he got fired, he still worked out a way to protect his family. He was like, I'm on a leave of absence, some family stuff that I had to attend to. Even when you try to fire me because you mad. And I will say, I'm surprised that he didn't say like, yo, Will asked me, and don't forget that Will asked me to find this for him. You know what I'm saying? But
in his mind, it doesn't matter what anybody asks you to do. I told you not to do it. Because that's why he said, you work for me.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're supposed to do whatever I tell you to do.
But Jeffrey also said, good and well, this extends to your family. Because if I work for you, why am I taking Ashley up to the mountains to be with her friends and protecting her and going? What if I'm?
We know what this is all about.
Yeah, this is because he mad about that stuff with Lou. Now, whatever happened to Lou, it's gonna come out. They're not spending this much time on Lou. That Lou stuff gonna come out.
Also, low blow about whatever's going on with Jeffrey and his son.
Yeah.
Low blow.
And that shows what kind of man Phil is.
And I love how he got in his face like, all right now.
He like, look, say what you want. Now, at the same time, when he was running down the stuff, he was like, your daughter, he was like, tread carefully. He's like, Dad, he had to tread carefully with Carlton, though. Now, I don't care about Carlton. I'm not interested. He was like, Fred Wilkes is a good man. I'm like, he is? Because didn't he cheat on his wife while she was dying? I don't know.
He may not know about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, nah, he knows because he was in there.
But that's true. At any rate, they were friends for years. So he was a good enough man to be friends. Right? Yeah,
but they were probably strategic friends, really.
No, I don't think they became strategic friends until this whole thing. Because remember, Vivian and his ex-wife used to hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were all friends.
They were kind of friends because their wives were friends.
Well, I don't know if it was that way or the other way around. But when it gets to the point where your spouses are friends, in addition to you being friends, that's how you know when somebody's tight.
Yeah. So, we'll see where this goes. I'm assuming Jeffrey will come back because dude is too dope an actor. But yeah, look. Phil, if you think you're going to be able to operate this family without Jeffrey there. Whew, all right, more power to you. Real quick, men, I want to say something to men real quick. When it comes to these arguments and fights that we have with one another, similar to like, Uncle Phil and Jeffrey, pride is an amazing thing. Pride helps us. It can fuel us. It can drive us. It can be a great motivator and something that brings satisfaction. But our pride shouldn't sit in front of our, closest friends and families, closest friends and family and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to sit your pride down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Sit that pride down so that you can maintain a relationship with essentially your brother, man. Like, we'll see where this goes.
Vivian is worried about what are they going to do without Jeffrey now that, the both of them are so busy. And she's like, oh, without both of us so busy, and for once, I don't want to have to drop everything. Ma'am, you mean drop the thing you just picked up?
Also, drop the thing you just picked up that you made a deal that you wouldn't pick up because my campaign is going on?
So you going to act like the martyr already? You ain't even really start nothing, and I want to be the one to have to drop everything. Ma'am, you don't get to pick up stuff and whine about how heavy it is.
Ma'am, like,
oh my God,
like, y'all, this is highly manufactured, and this is it's weird how they're doing Viv, because Viv wasn't this whack in the beginning, in the beginning of this show or in the original series. Now, also, it's gonna come back to him lying about Jeffrey too.
Oh yeah.
But this girl, stop it. Also, this whole thing of like, I'm gonna have to drop everything to take care of the kids or something like that. Like, you mean
did you not know you had kids before?
No,
you
hold
decided
up.
to
You
do
mean
this?
the kids that are telling you that your campaign and donation efforts are commendable? You got it's not. You ain't got no 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Your youngest is 13. Should be when I was 13. I know what you gonna say before we even
you
get
were
started.
40 when you were 13.
When I was the oldest, and you know what I'm saying. My mom. It was basically I was taking care of my younger brother.
Yeah, you were fixing meals and signing report cards and changing tires and all kinds of stuff. Going to PTA meetings.
I wasn't doing all that, but me still. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm his father.
Who's his father? I'm his father right now. Shouts out to all the older siblings who were essentially like stand-in parents. It's like you know what I'm saying? Watch your little brother, pick up your little brother, take care, make sure your little brother did his homework, give him some food to eat, and then, lock the door, make sure don't nobody come in. Like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just shouts out to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? All y'all, all 3 of y'all.
See,
once again, here we go. All right, now.
Because remember, she said before what she needed was for him to talk her out of quitting. Before, remember? Mm-hmm. So now they're going to replay it. So now he's like, okay, well, now I know she wants me to talk her out of it.
Yeah, because now what they're doing is basically her and Uncle Phil are a pair. Like Jeffrey said, you want someone to talk you into thinking that there's no choice but to smear campaign.
Yeah, you want to feel like you've been talked into doing this.
Yeah, and so now Aunt Viv is doing the same thing. Well, I can't go off for a year because who's going to be here? Who's going to be here to what? Hillary don't live here no more. Carlton is like, I don't know, old enough. I mean, nobody has to wash him, wipe his butt, change his diapers. This is minimal stuff you have to do with these kids.
I disagree. Look at all the issues that Carlton has.
Yeah, but...
No, there's no yeah, but. Look at all the issues that Carlton has. Carlton still needs that guidance. He needs somebody there. Ashley, she got a lot going on her mama don't know about.
Yeah,
she needs her mama there. She needs her mother. She needs her mother. She needs to sit down. She needs to... Talking about going all across the world? Are you kidding me?
For a year.
A
year is a long time when you have a young girl that's kind of coming into her own.
A young girl that's gay and you don't even know she's gay.
Yeah, and she's figuring out what she wants to do with her life. If she's, you know what I'm saying, where she wants to be, how the kind of person she wants to be.
And Hillary is too aloof to take charge of looking after her, because Hillary, she ain't doing the right thing her doggone self. She's just sneaking around doing stuff for her
She's stealing from Kylo. You know what I'm saying?
So it's a lot going on with their kids that they don't know about. And it feels like I can handle it. How you gonna handle it? You're too busy trying to throw somebody else under the bus.
Phil can handle it, but here's my problem. You know he gonna get burned for that. Remember when she had all these problems and she had all these things swirling in her mind, and he took everything off her plate. And what happened 15, 20 years later? She blamed him for it and told him to go back to LA on his own. Remember that? See, he was like, I remember you were under these deadlines. You were stressed. You were anxious and all this stuff.
She blamed him for her quitting painting.
Yeah, because he said because you couldn't take it anymore.
Right, so she can't blame him now because she's not.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is she'll go off on her trip, right? Some stuff will go on at home, and then she'll be like, well, you should have never let me go on my trip that I wanted to go on, that I promised I wouldn't go on, but then I broke the promise and went out and, figured out a way to do it anyway, and made you feel like you had to support me, and now I'm going to be mean and mad about it with you, like you're the problem.
It's ridiculous.
It's a perfect example of one-sided traditionalism, but that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother podcast, for a whole nother show that we can't handle on this
show, because this show is Black Together.
Well, yeah, this is Black Together, so true that.
You know what's interesting? And I said it a little while ago. It's interesting. She never apologized for how she behaved when this man traveled all that way, right? To be with her, to see about her and all of that. And she told him he needed to go back home.
And she ain't going to. She ain't going to apologize for that. I'm just letting you know, he better not hold his breath waiting for that. He going to be dead.
But now everything is A-okay because now she's getting her way.
She's getting what she wants.
She's getting what she wants, or what she thinks she wants.
I thought he was such a bad husband, and he was out of touch, and he didn't understand. And now all of a sudden he's great because you're getting what you want. So it's awesome. So basically, what it is for you, it's duty and responsibility and obligation, and for me, it's what I feel like. Whatever makes me happy. Ooh.
I'm interested to see the comments on this, but
there's gonna be some comments on that one. Am I tripping? Because he said he was going to the debate, and he was like, "You coming?" She was like, "Of course I'll be there. I ain't gonna miss this." And then the next thing, she's sitting down painting with paint on her hand. I'm like, don't you gotta wash up?
And I know you gotta change because you ain't gonna wear them clothes.
You ain't gonna wear them clothes. You ain't gonna be wearing the paint clothes to work. To the debate. So where ain't you like? Fred Wilkes is gonna have his wife. Where you at?
Oh God.
She's going to be like,
forgot about her.
I'm his lucky charm.
I'd like to stand up and say something.
I'd like to say something.
This is not your debate. But he said I could.
He said I could stay. Yo, what I tell you, white women be doing that. She did that, and then in the first episode of Atlanta, remember when the white teacher came? She was like, "Let me jump in and say something real quick." It's like, hold on, this is a principal's office. I'm the principal. This is literally my office.
I didn't ask you anything.
I didn't even know you were here. Like
you came out of the cabinet.
She was like, "Let me say something real quick. Let me jump in. Let me drop a little bar on that."
You made things worse, but thank you.
Let me do a collabo with this one.
Not only is your son in trouble, but we're going to also put him back in remedial classes.
Yeah, she was like, why don't we put him in remedial classes? She was like, my son ain't dumb.
He's an idiot.
He's not dumb. My boy acts stupid. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy. So yeah, and Viv, I'm guessing maybe he went like really, really far in advance.
We're gonna find out.
We'll see.
So Aunt Viv just had that emotional call to make a decision about the fellowship. And I like that, she told her, look, we give everybody 24 hours for a reason, and we can't accept you until tomorrow. Because she did sound like kind of a maniac.
Yeah, she sounded like she was stressing.
She was in the middle of working it out as she was giving the answers. So I understand.
If I was on the phone, I would have been like, Vivian, slow down. It
sounds like you still need to work this out.
I know you have a lot going on in your life. You need to consider this. Call us tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't ready. Just call us tomorrow. You need to speak to your husband, all that stuff.
But I do hope she doesn't accept it, quite honestly.
Yeah. Reed waiting, boy. He like, I already got the suite.
He ain't waiting.
I've already bought the suite.
He got too many other women he running right now.
Yeah, but he got that Viv on the back burner though. So they did your little moment. You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Tell me this is so my dad was right all this time. No, your dad wasn't right. Your dad had a picture of me and in a line in the getting.
He didn't have the full story.
He didn't have the full story. Your dad wasn't there. He doesn't. All he knows is what happened. He doesn't know why it happened, when it happened, where. Well, I guess when it happened.
He doesn't know the full detail of what happened.
He doesn't know the full details. He just knows.
He doesn't care.
He just knows that I got arrested. Mm-hmm. And just because you get arrested, especially as a black man in America, doesn't mean that you did anything, or doesn't mean the severity of what you did was the severity of what they say you did.
And he should know that. And
she should know that as the daughter of a chief of police of one of the dirtiest and most corrupt organizations
she shouldn't know that
in America.
Because he's not going to let her see that.
Do you think she ain't got the internet? She ain't got the internet. She ain't got TV. I mean, yes, I know her daddy is her daddy, but the bottom line is there's enough videos out there, there's enough articles, there's enough studies, there's enough documentaries that you know that your dad ain't, he ain't representing the most upstanding of people at his place of employment.
That's true. But let me tell you this though. What she's going to stick on is the fact that Will lied. She's not going to care about why. She's not going to care about any of that. She's going to cry and boo-hoo because all she's going to be able to stick on is that he lied. Now, I'm not saying you're supposed to just give people a pass when they lie to you, but there are times when the reason why they lied matters.
Yeah, and also, maybe just because you know this information doesn't mean you should. Like Uncle Phil said, we keeping this quiet. And are you part of this family? No. So I have to go. Uncle Phil overrides, like what you want to know about me. You know what I'm saying? And also, you can't. Come on now. If Uncle Phil said don't tell nobody, you gotta follow that. You can't just be like, oh well, I'm just.
But the problem is this. I understand all of that, but when you decide to get intimately involved with somebody, you can't blame them when they want to know details about you and are concerned about those details.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm saying that she shouldn't want to know. I think it's more of like she's mad that he kept it from her, and I'm like, someone who has a higher ranking in my life than you right now, or at least at the time when I first moved here, told me keep it quiet.
Yes, and that's understandable. So I see both sides because I look at it like this. If you have a daughter and she's dating a guy, you would be concerned if you later found out that, this guy had been in trouble with the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he kept that from her. When she kind of asked him the real reason why X, Y, and Z, and he kept that, you would be concerned about that.
And see, at the same time, me as a black man, I'd be like, all right, he's been locked up, but what happened? Because I know how cops do. I know how cops do.
No, but before you even get to know all of that, it would raise a red flag. Because I think it's different when you're looking at it from a daddy's point of view and say, you know what, I understand this. I understand it may not even be your fault. But all I'm saying is I need to keep my daughter safe. So while you out here, getting into things, it's not even your fault. That still doesn't protect my daughter. Because what if she's with you?
All right, I'll give you that. That's fine.
So you can say, I'm sorry for your circumstance. And believe me, I understand. But regardless of all of that, I got to protect my daughter.
I get you on that one.
What did I say? She's going to stick to he lied. Because even when Will said I was trying to respect Uncle Phil when he told me not to tell, and she just cut him off and said, I told you everything and we had... Look,
yes,
y'all rewind and go back. I said that this was going to happen.
Now, and like, my thing is this. When she comes with that, I'm going to be like, now, hold on. I told you that my Uncle Phil told me specifically not to tell anyone. Is there anything you told me that your father told you specifically not to tell anyone? So it's not a one-to-one comparison that you were, that you told me.
Well, then she'll say, my dad told me not to see you anymore, and I snuck around to see you.
That was your decision. That was your decision to disobey your father. So, like, don't act like you can't even understand my position of my uncle telling me don't tell nobody this.
Also, she's crying, talking about we had sex. You'll learn in life, little girl. Just because you have sex with someone doesn't mean that they're going to open up their whole world to you, or that they should have already opened up their whole world to you. Y'all ain't married.
Yeah, y'all ain't married.
So, yeah, you had sex with this young man, but that doesn't mean he owes you his whole life and his whole life story. So,
and
sorry,
you should have had sex with him anyway. But in addition to this, the idea that she can't see past the lie is. I mean, well, she's emotional, so I guess I'll let. But
this is a trope.
She's mad right now.
Well,
but it's a TV trope.
It's a TV trope that always happens, where
it's like there's no circumstance that could have mattered.
You lied to me. They always do that whole thing like lying is like the greatest sin, but you'll go out here and do a million other things, but you better not lie. Yeah, it's like it's a TV trope.
Yeah, it's like, come on now, like, y'all, just stop it. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that.
Also, I don't understand why Will didn't just come in and just spill the whole story to her at this point.
Because it's writing. They're trying to pad time.
Oh God.
Because in real life, someone that came in and be like, all right, look, when I was in Philly, my boy, blah blah blah, and we were walking down the street, blah blah blah, and this guy came up, and honestly, I had too much pride to let it go, and that's how it would have went with real people. But when you're trying to pad time for television, you come in, Lisa, listen, you gotta, it's like, that's not how real people talk, which is a big sticking point there's a book by Stephen King on writing that if you want to become a writer, you should probably read, because Stephen King is one of the masters. But he makes a sticking point of like, you have to kind of like write the way people talk. Now, of course, people have issues with Stephen King because the bullies that he creates in his stories be OP. Like, I ain't gonna front. If you're a bully in a Stephen King novel, like, you should be overpowered. Like, you should, like, a bully in a Stephen King novel should be like in jail. Like, they're not just taking your lunch money. Like, you're like, bro, that's a felony. but anyway, look, we gonna see what's gonna happen with this girl. She better get her mind right. All right, I love how, okay, he said, I'll tell you everything, and then he didn't tell her anything. And I hate this padding for time. It kills me how stupid writing is when you want to pad time. Will has been in that room for like 5 minutes, and the only thing he said about I'm going to tell you everything is there was a fight going on and I shot a gun off in the air to break up the fight. That is not the whole story.
It's not the whole story at all.
That's not your friend getting beaten to a pulp by 3 or 4 guys. That's not a gun that wasn't yours, that your friend actually bought.
And I love how
that wasn't you being startled because you didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That was you need to actually explain what happened. And then of course, go ahead.
And I love how dismissive she was anyway.
She was like, so you broke the law.
He's like, well, you did what you did and he did what he did and there's nothing you can do. No. Because your dad, them doing what they did has nothing to do with your dad using this information. So we just gonna dismiss your dad for using this information? Or we just gonna dismiss it?
Also, once again, just like your daddy, don't come in here just being like, so you broke the law. Because I'm sure if we go down the line of any of the officers under your dad's tutelage, I'm sure we're gonna find some broken laws.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you gonna hold his feet to the fire?
I'm pretty
or is your dad gonna have some kind of reason or consideration that we should provide? Because now it's your daddy, so of course, you gotta understand. Oh, so now it's the understanding time when it's you.
I'm pretty sure
when it's me, it's cut and dry.
I'm pretty sure Judge Robertson wasn't supposed to discuss this with your dad.
So how your dad get this? Confidential information. How you gonna share this confidential information? So we want to talk about breaking the law. We want to talk about all this stuff. Somehow, the Wilkes family loves applying law and applying rules, but not living and standing by them. I'm just saying.
Also, didn't you call your daddy to make the police go away when that party was going on and it was underage drinking?
Mm-hmm. Why you ain't go to jail that night?
Because weren't you drinking, man?
Yeah. Why didn't you go to jail that night? You broke the law, right? So it's funny how breaking the law is okay when Lisa does it. But then when someone else does it, it's just cut and dry. There's no questions asked, and that's it. This funny, huh? Oh, okay. Laws for us, consideration for you. Gotcha. No problem. All right. Okay. So he didn't even consider that, Fred Wilkes knew, and I assumed. I was like, well, you just went in there and tipped your hand, because if you're talking about this, that means that you definitely told Fred. But he didn't even know that until, of course, Will and Carlton come in and be like,
I said, that's how I knew. I was like, he don't know. He didn't tip his hand, because Uncle Phil would have had a different look on his face. He still looked like, yeah, all right, whatever you said. He didn't have like an aha moment,
Yeah. So, but he like, yo, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be cool. He's probably gonna flip it into, how, our youth, especially black men, need a second chance and they never get one, as opposed to the younger white men that always get these second chances to be able to get a new surrounding, a new, a new start, to be able to prove themselves beyond that mistake, beyond that dumb decision.
Yeah, but like I was saying, he still could be brought before the bar, in terms of his law license. Even with all of that, he could still be, you know what I'm saying? If somebody, I think what somebody has to do is make a complaint, to the law board or whatever it is, and then they'd have like a whole big investigation or whatever and determine whether or not he's going to lose his license, and if he does, whether it's temporary or permanent.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen in this show. Real quick, watch. He's not gonna use the wife cheating thing, and Jeffrey gonna come back. Go ahead. What you giggling about?
When they start the drums and the cymbals by the ancestors, he about to say something real deep. He got the harp and the.
Why you? She was like, "You make the first opening statement. Go ahead." I know they was about to play the Michael Jordan "Fly Like an Eagle" music, but just let it go.
I'm just like.
Just let
the ancestors in the background.
Why you can't let them shine
with their kente cloth and their dashikis.
Brother got a fresh kufi on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, it was just.
This is why you can't you gotta let him shine. All right?
Oh, I'm sorry, it was just funny.
Shine on me.
I'm sorry, it was just funny. It was like, y'all just gonna make this moment happen, ain't you? Okay.
No, it's not. When they're making it happen, it's because Uncle Phil is making it happen.
Okay.
Yo, hold up.
I was not expecting that one.
I was not expecting that. And check this. Did you see the look on Fred's face? Because honestly, Fred just ran to spite Phil because he was mad about Phil. So now, here you go with something that you didn't really want in the first place. He gonna have a very interesting tenure as a DA. Because you really just got in the race to spite Phil. That's the only reason you really did. You got in the race probably because that other dude done got in your ear about him talking about cops, and you was mad about that. And now you in the race. Now you ain't even want that. You never wanted that. Now you about to have it.
Well, if he wasn't willing to do it, I don't think he would have followed through all this way. But
what do you mean all this way? It's been like 2 weeks.
No,
well,
I mean all this
time,
way,
so
meaning all this way to the debate before. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't
have.
But I was not expecting this.
Oh snap! Because Because now he's going to get all kinds.
Now Aunt Viv gets to do what she wants to do.
Yep. Now Aunt Viv gets to do what she wants.
All is well.
All is well. I just want y'all to know that Uncle Phil, as a father, as a husband, just sacrificed for the family, and it's positioned as something that's noble and something that he should do. While when someone else, when they were supposed to sacrifice as they had promised for the other party to be able to do what they want to do,
she shouldn't be expected to do that.
It was positioned as if that person was being selfish by forcing her to support him. I just want y'all to see that. That's all I'm saying. Just take a peek at it. Because the way this is positioned is like, oh, it's so great to look at them together. The hugging and family is so good and everything. And I'm like, yo, that's good. It's dope to see. But I'm like, yeah, so... say what now? So now all of a sudden it's all good. Everything's because I want you to take the fellowship and everything.
She gets to go feel alive now.
Yeah, because remember, she was dead. She was dead. Aunt Viv was dead, dead and loving it for 15, 20 years, whatever long it's been.
And when she met Reed,
Then she was alive again. She was alive again.
Why do we keep calling him Reed? What
is it? That's Reed? His name in the show, Reed.
Oh.
So it's like, Reed, she alive again. Now she's alive. She was dead. You know what I'm saying? But she's been resurrected.
Honestly, that was his best way out of this whole situation was to just drop out. Because even if he, pulled out the whole thing with Fred Wilkes cheating, it still wouldn't negated the fact that he said what he said about what he did. You know what I mean? That would have still been out there. So this is the best thing he could possibly do. Honestly, it really was the only thing he could do to keep that information from going out.
Yeah. And that shows how much he cared. So now Fred Wilkes going to be getting all kinds of family questions. Like, how do you balance family? Yo, Fred, it's going to be an interesting time for Fred. I mean, I know we ain't going to follow his run, but it sure would be funny.
No, I can't.
It sure would be funny because he's going to be like, well, my family, I got a much smaller family. You know what I'm saying? It's one kid. You know what I'm saying?
No, that would be two. You have a daughter.
Oh, you do got a daughter on the way, yeah?
You have one whole daughter that's living now, and then you have one that's on the way. Well, they're both living, but you know what I'm just saying. You got an extra baby on the way now. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he'd be like, Phil got a basketball team. See, me, I just got one and a half daughter. You know what I'm saying? She ain't outside yet, so she like a half daughter. She ain't all the way on the outside. Once she get on the outside, then she a whole daughter. Got diapers, spit up, got a little bibs, got by the little hats and the mittens, and you know what I'm saying? Them little gloves so they don't be scratching themselves. I mean, I remember, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That little swaddling covers and stuff. Remember when NERDSoulite was all teeny?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he ain't bigger than nothing now.
He was teeny.
Oh, he was a little baby.
We used to put him on a pillow and make it a little pocket pillow.
He used to be able to fit inside a whole he could fit in the center of a pillow, like a regular pillow.
Not like a bed pillow, but the square pillow.
Like a square throw pillow. Just a little baby. Just a little.
Put a little blanket over it, fold it over like a little pocket.
Mm-hmm. Keep him snuggled up in there, boy.
And he loved it.
The boy couldn't go nowhere. The boy just stuck in the pillow.
He lay there like, this is nice.
But anyway, guys, another great episode. Of course, we had our issues, but we had a lot of fun watching this.
I'm Viv getting on my nerves.
Oh yeah, she's definitely getting on my nerves. But Lady Lisa, say peace.
Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. NERDSoul, all those places, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all for your listening pleasure. Don't forget about the Patreon, the Cash App, and all that jazz if you want to give with them dollars. But if you ain't got no dollars, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Until next time, it's from us to you saying, peace.